Hello and welcome to another Bitcoin update. Today we want to take a look at the daily chart briefly. Then we go to the smaller time frame. Daily chart still in line with the white scenario. It's still the preferred interpretation. As you know, it's the bullish case. That still has preference in my opinion. Yes, the bearish count is still valid, but the move up from the April low does look like a 5-wave move at the moment. So the yellow, no, the yellow, completely confused here. The red B wave that we talked about, yeah, it's just less likely. You know, it's possible, but with a 5-wave move up, that is the lower probability scenario, and it has been it's always been the alternative scenario, but still a valid and plausible scenario. But again, with the 5-wave move up, I still prefer that we are on our way to 130K. And what the ideal pathway would be is 5 waves up in wave A. Well, we've got that. Then a B wave pullback and a C wave rally. That would be ideal. And this A wave is now even long enough that after a B wave pullback, we might really get to that 130K level. So we'll see. It obviously depends on the bull's ability to hold a higher low when the pullback finally happens. Okay, I mean, if it happens, you know, there's no just talking about what the most probable pathway would be, but that's, you know, that's the structure. At the same time, we have to follow the microstructures and micro support levels to get an understanding of whether the A wave has topped. And so far, we haven't seen any confirmation that the B wave has started. Okay, so that remains consistent with previous updates. Someone asked in the previous update, where's the pullback? Does Elliott Wave not work? Well, I can't remember. I confirmed the pullback. So, no, the trend is still up, guys. The trend is still up. And it's simply wave A still unfolding. So let's take a look at the smaller... Oh, by the way, we have now reached the 104,500 level. That's the 88.7 retracement. That's noteworthy because that is one of the main retracement levels here on the daily chart. A break above, or let's call it the next resistance above, will be 109,100. That's no fib level, but that is the January high. And above that level, the price could go into all-time high territory. So again, people ask me, could it be that Bitcoin goes to 130K in, you know, directly? I mean, yes, you know, everything could happen, but is it probable? I mean, I don't think so. It's just not probable. It can happen. The trend is up, but without any pullback, I mean, yeah, it can happen. Bitcoin has done things like that before. I mean, not to 130K, but you know what I mean. So it always comes down to, is the trend up? Yes. Are we above support? Yes. So there is no sign of a pullback, right? So the trend is still up. But obviously I'm watching for one because the wave count is full from the April low. Okay. Now let's take a look at the smaller time frame. Market has reached that 103K level I mentioned in the last update. Here the February high. Okay, we're just consolidating just above that. And this is obviously the 15-minute chart, so it just shows you in this A wave I just shared with you on the larger time frame, just shows you kind of the microstructure. And we are dealing still, in my opinion, with an ABC structure to the upside. That C wave is still stretching. And I have added micro support, really just the nearest micro support level to the chart. And that means this is $99,927. That is micro support. And that is the level that until we break below it, there is absolutely no evidence for a top. Okay, so that's the message to all of to everybody basically who's like waiting for a pullback. I mean, I explained it in the Ethereum video today. Until we break upper micro support, this acts like a trailing stop. Now, I'm not telling you to set your stop below. You can do that. Okay, that depends on your trading plan. But from an analysis point of view, there is absolutely no evidence for a top. We have to give the market a little bit of room. That's the distance from where we are now all the way down to that micro support. And it could get into this area and react and then move out again. That's possible. That's would still be part of a still unfolding fifth wave to the upside. Now, the first indication wave 5 there in wave A has topped, would be a break below that level. Then we need some further confirmation, but that would be the trigger where we begin to follow a top confirmation process. Next level that needs to be broken, talked about that in the previous update, is 95,853. So 2 key levels there that would act as support and confirmation levels that a larger correction has started. For now, the trend is up. It's all happening very fast today. I mean, you know, you don't get any movements for weeks and then suddenly everything's happening in one day. That is always what happens when crypto is very bullish. But this time we actually really had some nice pullbacks, some nice setups like on Sui, like on Solana, like on Link. You know, they all landed in their support areas and have reacted. So yeah, there were some good pullbacks actually along the way. I think even AVAX landed in the support area, so that's quite promising. So anybody who wanted to get position in a support area had the opportunity at least. Yeah, what else can I say? Not much more. I think structure should be clear. All the parameters should be clear. The move up is stretched, absolutely, but I don't see any sign of exhaustion yet. And I also mentioned to you what the next upside levels to watch are. So yeah, that's the update on Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.